This is Susan Wilbanks with blendedinsight.com. I am a holistic and integrative healing arts practitioner, an intuitive, and an energy healer. In this podcast, I share tips, tools, and suggestions that have helped me along my path in hopes of inspiring and helping you along yours. Let's get started with today's podcast topic. Hey, bright soul. Thank you so much for joining me on another podcast. I hope that you are having a beautiful morning or evening or afternoon whenever you're listening to this. And I am going to go right into the topic for today, and that is continuing with the positive memory training. Right now, I'm hearing a lot of people talk about feeling fatigue. They can't get themselves motivated. They aren't the same as they once were. They don't feel the same. They're trying to get their bounce back, and I get it. Last year was incredibly difficult for me. It was one of the most challenging years I've ever had. It has nothing to do with the world events, just my personal events with loss. And I moved and my health took a hit because the loss was so devastating, the grief, and all these shifts and changes that are going on globally, also personally. And so I understand if you are also in that position, which many of us are. And so there's an element of a rebirth, a recalibration. There's an element of trying to recover from all of this that's going on while we're still in a massive transformation. So the ground is still shaky, and therefore we don't really feel like ourselves because we've shifted. So we have to create a new reality, and we have to create a new experience and keep moving forward. So what I wanted to talk about today, or just share with you, is that one of the ways that I'm able to keep myself going when I start feeling frustrated with myself for not being the way I used to be, because I am the way I am today. We all do this. This is part of being a human. Is I will bring into my memory the things that I'm proud of. So what are you proud of yourself for right now? Sometimes we try to make this too big. We think of huge accomplishments, and the human default is to go to the things you're not doing right instead of the things you are doing right. And when you do that to yourself, sometimes it can motivate you to get going, but oftentimes, especially when we are in this kind of burnout as a society because this thing's been going on so long and everyone's emotionally fatigued, physically fatigued, fed up. I mean, we see it everywhere we go. A lot of times it makes you feel worse. And so for you and I, with the work that we do, we want to bring our attention to things that make us feel good, give us some inspiration and some motivation to keep going. So I wanted to throw around a couple of ideas just to get you thinking. Think about it. What are you proud of? What have you accomplished? And this could be of all time. It could be recent. And I'm talking, you can go to a very micro level. So are you open? Are you friendly? Have you lifted someone up? Are you a person that other people come to feel better or to share? Or are you a safe person to share with? I know I'm all of those things. That's something to be proud of. Are you compassionate with people? You know, sometimes just a little bit of compassion can shift someone's entire week. It can shift their entire day. I know that's happened for me. I get very lit up and inspired and joyful when people are just kind in public. Like this morning, I was leaving the gym and this man held the door for me, and I wasn't close to the door. I was about midway to the door, but he saw me coming and he stood and he waited on me and he said, "Good morning." And he held the door open for me, and it was so sweet. So it doesn't have to be huge, but me saying thank you and smiling and wishing him a good workout, there was an exchange there that was very positive, and it added to the positivity of my day. The other thing is, are you teachable? Are you willing to learn? Are you open for feedback that obviously you pass it through your intuitive filter, but you're open and you're willing to look at yourself? Have you faced challenges and overcame them? Even if you didn't feel like you completely overcame them in a triumphant way, the fact that you are facing the challenge, learning from it, you took something from it, you made it through it, that's something to be proud of. Do you take responsibility for yourself, for your actions? That's something to be proud of. Do you stand up for others, or even standing up for yourself? Establishing boundaries. That's something we've been working on for a few years, is boundaries. It's really, really important. Are you generous? Are you caring? I know you're those things if you're listening to this right now, because the masses are not drawn to this work. It's the people who are trying to be or you're not even trying, you are on a light-filled path, and you are driven to do better. You're driven to help. You're driven to serve, and you want to be a beneficial presence on the planet like me. You should be proud of that. Do you help and inspire people? We kind of went through that a little bit earlier. What about physical accomplishments? It's the little habits over time that make big differences and big shifts. So for me, I've been PRing a lot in the gym. For those of you that go to the gym, you know what that means. It's personal record. So I track how much I'm lifting and I try to get better every week. Sometimes it depends on where my strength level is. I've been crushing that and getting stronger and stronger. So I'm really proud of myself for my commitment. For even when I don't feel like it, when my body is tired, when I'm worn out, I still get up, I still go to the gym, and I don't play around in the gym. I push myself. And when I get PRs, it really makes me feel good. And I'm proud of myself, especially when I didn't stop going to the gym, even through my grief. I still got up, I still showed up, I still did the work, and I'm proud of myself for that. Even if it's little things, like maybe you are shifting something in your diet and it may not be exactly where you want it to be, but it's a shift. It's a shift in the direction you want to go. That's something to be proud of. So there's so many things that I could go through, but I wanted to give you a couple of ideas just to think about and really sit in the vibration of that. Of, wow, I'm actually doing a really good job. And I'm going to focus on those things and add to it and get better, instead of focusing on the things that I feel I didn't do right or that I'm not proud of and sinking myself. Because we really do have a choice about what we choose to focus on. The other thing is maybe other people are trying to bring you down because they're low, and that happens sometimes. Here's something that I ask people when they bring up old stuff. What's your point? There's just a question. What's your point? What's your point? I'm not there anymore. I can't change it. This is where I am right now, and I'm moving forward. So don't let other people who are in a low place pull you down. You are the only thinker in your mind, and you have the ability to dwell and think about things that make you feel great and keep you moving forward, because that's what we need. We need that. We need to keep moving forward. We need to keep our eyes to the sun, to the sky. I mean, don't look directly at the sun. It will damage your eyes. I don't want somebody saying I told them to do that. Keep your eyes forward and up and keep moving through this, and be really proud of yourself for how far you've come, for the work you're doing, for the things you're tuning into, and for shining your light, because that's what we need. That's all I had to offer. It's very short and sweet today. So let's go into a healing. And you can uncross your arms and legs. Just focus on your breathing and receive this healing. okay, you can start coming back into your body. If you haven't left me a review on iTunes, I would so appreciate it. And if you're not on my mailing list, you can do so over at blendedinsight.com. I just wish you a beautiful week. Thank you so much for all your love and your support and just being here. Take care. Bye-bye.